Very good evening to you all. It's about 10 to 8 here in the UK, but wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good time. The weather here is gorgeous. I had a lovely round of golf today, and I hope it's fine where you are. We're going to look at the four hands that you played this evening. They are all potentially declare a play problems, but there are a couple of things that people could have done in defence if they'd have thought about it a bit more. So board one is on your screen. We'll give you what the auction was. Wasn't competitive, but we'll give it to you anyway. One diamond, pass. One spade, pass. Two spades, why not? Pass. Game try, three clubs. Pass. Three spades. I haven't got anything extra, partner. Well, I don't care. I'm going to be four spades anyway. And we were given the lead of the five of hearts. So, hearts. Five of hearts. So what have we got? Well, we've got two heart losers and a club loser and a potential diamond loser that can possibly go on the fourth clubs. We need them muted. Let me see if I can mute everybody. Let's have a look. I had a problem doing this last time. Participants. Mute all. There we go. All right, now we get rid of that and try again. Okay. So we're not going to get anything a trick one. No point putting the king up to start with. And East cannot continue. Now, at one table, East switched to a club at this point. And I wouldn't switch to a club. South has big clubs. South has shown length in clubs. So partner's not going to have a singleton or a doubleton, even. So I think a diamond switch is far more useful than a club. So let's switch to the diamond and declare a wins. Now, the natural thing to do would be to draw trumps and then set up the clubs. But is that going to work? Let's see what happens if we draw 3 rounds of trumps and then play clubs. Let's have a look. So, well, spade. Now, I looked at these hands for the first time today, and I don't think this follows what we thought was going to work. First of all, what can East discard? He can't let go a heart, otherwise declare is going to give a heart and he'll just make a heart trick to get rid of his losing diamond. And if he throws a club, South will be able to afford to overtake the second round of clubs and the clubs will be good. So at this point, he has to throw a diamond. Okay, now let's see what double dummy says at this point, because the commentary I got says it will go off if West continues hearts. But you can see what double dummy says. The idea being that you continue with hearts so that South doesn't have an entry to the fourth club. You make him rough and then he can't overtake the clubs. But what happens if we do play a heart? Let's have a look. Make him rough so he can't get to the clubs. But now, if we cross to the ace of diamonds and cash the 9 of spades, East is squeezed. He cannot hang on to the good diamond and 3 clubs. So we'll go back just a little bit to the point where we played the heart. It was a good idea to play the heart, and indeed that's what the commentary that I was given told me. But in fact, it doesn't work because that squeeze takes effect and there's no way East can escape it. If he plays a diamond at this point, now Declarer has no resource. He's got to lose a diamond and a heart. Nothing he can do about it. He can play a club. But if he overtakes it, he can only get one discard. And if he doesn't overtake it and comes back to hand by overtaking the spade, then he's still got two red losers. So what could Declarer do differently? Well, we'll claim that as -1 for the moment, and we'll put the hand back to the table. And we'll just bid 4 spades as south. No need to go through the whole sequence again. The lead is the same as before. Switch is the same as before. Only this time we only take 2 trumps. We leave the 3rd trump outstanding. We need the entry. Now we'll play the club. And it won't help East to duck it. It won't help him to take it. Let's say he takes it and plays a diamond now. Well, now we've still got an entry to get rid of the diamonds from dummy. If he continues with another heart, he can take one of our entries away. But we still can get to dummy with a club. Now we can overtake that spade, drawing the last trump in the process, and we get 2 discards on our king queen of clubs. So the secret of this hand effectively was not to take 3 rounds of trumps, take 2 rounds of trumps before tackling the clubs, and then we can get home. We're going to claim our 10 tricks this time. I felt quite sorry for one player who could have made it if she'd have drawn 2 rounds of trumps finishing in hand, but she come back to she cast 1 trump and then didn't have the entries that she needed. Okay, that's board 1. Do we have any questions or comments? We love to hear your questions and comments. Tell us to the table what the problem is or what you'd like to know, what you'd like to talk about, and we'll do our best to answer it. Okay. No questions, no comments. Okay, we will move on to board 2. How can I see what, Bob? What is it that you want to know how I can see? Only take 2 rounds of trumps because you can see this potential. Just look at the clubs. If you take 3 rounds of trumps, they can force you to rough in hearts, or they can set up a diamond winner, and you won't be able to unblock the clubs. And one of the opposition will have at least 4. The clubs are not going to break 3.5, 3.5. So, you know, you put off drawing the 3rd trump in the interest of keeping the communication for you to cash these 3 club tricks that are yours by right. Oh, says Bob. Okay. Don't think I did mute all, and I did say no that they can't. Let's have a look again. Participants, mute all. Don't allow. No. Right, so I'm not allowing them to unmute themselves. There we go. I think that some of them work out how to do it anyway. Yeah, you need to think about the entries, Bob. Exactly right. Let's have a look at board 2, if we can find board 2. Board 2, here we go. Put this to the table. This is going to go 1 heart, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. So no opposition bidding. We'll just bid 4 hearts by East. And this is a really easy one, except people have blind spots in these situations. Let's have a look at what are the possibilities. We get the lead. We're told of the Queen of Diamonds. Okay, let's count our winners. We've got 5 heart tricks. We've got 1 diamond trick is 6. 1 diamond rough is 7. And 2 clubs is 9. So where can our 10th trick come from? Well, one obvious. We wait for the 10th trick is club finesse. We can hope that South has got the Queen of Clubs. But is there anything better? Well, yes, there is something better. Something that you've all seen loads and loads of times. But something that people tend to overlook. They don't tend to think about it. Here is my plan. I'm going to win the diamond. I'm going to draw the trumps in as many rounds as is necessary. And then I'm going to rough the diamond to eliminate the diamond. So if they lead a diamond, I get a rough and discard. And I am not going to take the club finesse. I'm simply going to play 3 rounds of clubs. And whoever takes the Queen of Clubs has either got to give me a rough and discard or open up the spades. And if the defense plays spades first, I'm guaranteed to make a spade trick. But what happened? Well, let's have a look at what happened at one table. This is what happened at one table. I was convinced Declarer was going to get it exactly right. She roughed the diamond. Not sure she roughed it high, but it didn't really matter. Then she drew trumps. Saying she, I'm not sure if it was a man or a lady. Way. And then she played 2 rounds of clubs. And I thought, oh, well done. She's got this exactly right, I thought. And then she played a spade. Jack, the ace. And I don't think it's really difficult for South not to play a spade. I think South should play a spade. I think it's so obvious for South to play a spade. And presumably partner's got the Queen of Clubs, but she can see herself that even if partner's got the King of Spades, the Queen of Clubs will end play partner. She plays a diamond, that will be a rough and discard, and that she knows for sure. So really the only option that may work or may not, if Declarer's got the King, Queen of Spades, you can't do anything about it. But if partner's got one of them, then partner's going to make a spade and a club, provided you switch to a spade. Now Declarer has nowhere to go. Is going to go off. Go back a couple of tricks and where Declarer won the King of Clubs, where I was convinced that she was getting it exactly right. Now, 3rd round of clubs. North takes his club trick. But the old familiar position. Diamond or a club gives a rough and discard. So Declarer will throw a spade from dummy and rough it in hand, and then only got 2 spade losers. And if North plays a spade, then Declarer is guaranteed to make a spade trick. So it's a pretty straightforward elimination and end play that you've all seen loads and loads of times before. So how is it so easy to miss? I don't know. You don't look for them enough, I don't think. Okay, let's claim our 10 tricks here. I don't know how many got it right or how many got it wrong, but Declarer got it wrong, and then South came to a rescue again. Bobby's saying, South, sorry for yelling. I didn't hear you yelling, Bob. Okay. Oh, he's putting in capitals. Can't break. Yeah. Okay. Right. Do we have any comments or questions on board 2? No. In the commentary that I was given, various ways of making this. Where you can play spades first, you can open spades at 3-3. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that you can do, but the surefire way is the way I've just described to you. Play the clubs and make the opposition open the spades or give you a rough discard. Ignore the club finesse is 50%, and if it's wrong, then they'll simply win the club and exit with the club, and now you're going to lose 3 spades as well. Okay, so you'll go down. Let's have a look at board 3. I've got several versions of board 3. Let's have a look. Export it to the table. Now there's no opposition bidding. North is going to play in 4 spades. So we'll just put it around. 4 spades. Pass. And we get the fairly automatic lead of the Queen of Clubs. Might not cover the first one, but we will cover the second one because that's the only chance we've got of making the King of Clubs. Now I suspect if they continue with the 3rd club, most of you may well ruff with the 8 just to keep your entry positions fluid. But what matters on this particular hand is the diamonds. We've lost 2 club tricks. We're going to lose at least 1 diamond. So we can't afford to lose 2. That's what it boils down to. So we've got to find a diamond holding that will allow us to only lose 1. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you what happened at one particular table. And I don't really recall whether they roughed it high or not. I don't think it really mattered. And Declarer played trumps, another trump, another trump, then played 3 rounds of hearts. Oh no, I'm going to go back because this wasn't happening. This is not what happened on the. I'm going to go back because we trumped this is slightly different. Let's go back again. Whoops. So cancel. Undo again. I think Declarer did not rock with the 8. That was the point. I'll do it again. Now we're going to draw the trumps. One of the things, this is what happened. One of the holdings we can hope for is that West has got Queen 10x. And if we play a heart to the ace and then play, cash the hearts first. Let's have a look. Right. Now, if we play a diamond and West plays low, put the 9 in, East wins with the king and is end played. Perfect, we think. Except we go back to the beginning of this trick. What do we do if West does that? If we take it, we've got 2 diamond losers. And if we don't take it, he'll play another diamond and his partner will make his king. So as long as West realizes that partner's got to have the king to have a chance, it must be right to put in the queen. Exactly. South doesn't have another entry, Bob, to get there. And this was a position that arrived at your table. Right. But, you know, it looks right to play South, to play West for the 10 of diamonds and possibly the king, or so king 10x or queen 10x, provided we keep the entries. So as long as we'd kept a big enough spade in the south hand, this would have been all right. You put the queen in, he wins with the ace and comes back to hand with the spade and plays another diamond, and you'll still be stuck. But we don't even need that. I'm going to show you a little different. We could possibly have made an end play work if East has got the king and the queen of diamonds. I'm going to put a slightly different version of the hand to the table. And again, we're going to put north in 4 spades. You can see on this occasion that East has got the king and the queen. Okay, yes, I'll go back to it, Sandra, if you like. Yeah, okay, sorry. Let's have a look. And we're going to get the same lead again as we got before. Doesn't really matter whether we cover it or not. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? I want the ace of clubs on there. Come on, Colin, think what you're doing. I noticed before when I'm recording, everything seems to slow down. Now, if we draw the trumps, now we strip the hearts. Notice that we're still playing West for the 10 of diamonds. But now East is end played, even though he's got both diamond honours by stripping those hearts first. So was that well done or was it not well done? Let us claim 10 tricks of that one. Contract making. We'll go to the next version. Going back slightly different, and we'll put this to the table. Phase again. Finish. Whoops. We've got a more usual diamond end play, but if we do what we did on the previous hand, draw the trumps and eliminate the hearts, we get back to the position that we saw earlier that Bob faced. Hearts. Not quite the same position, but we've reached the same point that if Bob goes in or West goes in with the Queen of Diamonds, Declarer can't help himself. If he takes it, he has to lose 2 diamond tricks. And if he doesn't take it, then another diamond means he loses 2 diamond tricks anyway. Let's go back. This is the final. I will do it once more time. And this time, we're going to rough that 3rd club high. Let's go back and put him 84 spades. Yeah, but while that is true most of the time, Yothi, but there will be occasions here where West shouldn't. West should go in with the Queen because West can see what that situation is. Declarer's got the King, there's no hope. And if you play low, Jack will lose to the King and then Declare partner's going to be end played. The 9 will lose to the King rather. So the logic is all there as to why you should play the Queen in that position. What Declarer needs to do to cater for both lots is to preserve an extra entry in the south hand. So we get the Queen of Clubs again. Now, while this works, insofar as we keep an extra spade entry, we didn't need to cash all the hearts. We could have played 2 rounds of hearts after drawing the trumps. Let's draw the trumps. Notice that we're always going to be playing West for the 10 of diamonds. But if we play 3 rounds of hearts now, now we play a diamond. Now, West should still play the Queen for the same reasons as before. And now Declarer's got to work out, is he doing that to help me? I was going to take a losing finesse if he didn't have the 10. He's not likely to be doing that. Has he got the King and the Queen? Not so likely, because then he'd let me play the 9 and lose to his partner's 10 anyway. So there's a certain element of restricted choice here, and the fact that he's not going to help you if he can help us. He's not going to help us if he can help it. So we should play him to still have the 10. Here's the difference. Now we can overtake the spade. Do what we were going to do before. Plays low. We put the 9 in. We still finish up with our 10 tricks. So quite a lot of variations, but all around this diamond suit, how we play this diamond suit so that we only lose one. And the common factor in all those different plays was that we needed West to have the 10. There was one line where we could cope East having the king and the queen, all right, but much more likely that West will have one of the honours, Queen 10x or King 10x. So we should be. Why West should? Well, let's go through it one more time, Bob. Let's put it back to the table. Why should West play the Queen? Okay, look. Why should we know? Well, we'll get to the position and then we'll work out why we should know. It's a good question, Bob. It's 4 spades. So we get lead of the club again. Club. Third club. This time we're going to ruff with the 8 so that we've got that 6 as a potential entry. Now we're going to draw the trumps. There's no secret about the trumps. Similarly, there's no secret about hearts. Everybody follows 3 rounds of hearts. This is a position we've reached, Bob, and declare a leads a diamond. It doesn't matter which diamond. We have to assume partner's got the king, because if declarer's got the king, he's got enough tricks. He's got 2 spade tricks and 2 diamond tricks, and he'll give us a diamond. So we have to assume that declarer's got your partner's got the king. If we play the 6, what is going to happen? Declarer is going to put the 9 in because that's the percentage play. He's playing West for the 10 and at least one of the honours. So he'll put the 9 in. Let's see what happens if we do. Partner wins and is now end played. He either has to play a diamond back, which means declarer doesn't have a diamond loser, or he can give a ruff and discard, in which case declarer will throw a diamond from his hand and ruff it on the table. So playing a low diamond when we know what declarer is going to do. Declarer is not going to put the jack in. If he's missing the king and the queen, he plays for split honours. So let's go back and do it to the point where we played. And instead of putting, so we put the queen in because if declarer doesn't have an entry to his hand, declarer does not have a winning option. If he takes the ace, he's still got to lose 2 diamonds, the king and the 10, because he can't get off dummy. And if he plays low, then your queen wins as West, and you play another diamond and partner makes the king. So that won't work. It's only because declarer has, this is a deceptive play, playing the queen on this occasion. It won't stop it making if declarer has another entry to hand, but he's still got to get it right. Here, he can cross back to hand with this carefully preserved 5 of spades to the 6. Play another diamond. But he's still got to work out why West went in with the queen. West shouldn't go in with the king, queen, X, because the percentage line for declarer is to finesse the 9. He doesn't know declarer West has got them both. That's only a 25% chance. So you don't want to stop declarer making a losing option by pushing him in the direction of a winning option. So West will not have the king, queen, X. So why else has he gone in with the queen? It can only because he's got the 10 and trying to end play dummy. That's exactly right, Bob. So when West plays low, you should do what you were going to do originally and finesse the 9. Then you do finish up with your 10 tricks. Quite a tricky hand, isn't it? No, not so easy after all. Yeah. Do we have any other questions or comments on board 3? Sorry that was so long, but there are so many different ways that those diamonds could be played, and we thought we'll show you what can happen, what can't happen. Yeah, nice example. Okay, let's go to board 4. If we can find board 4, an easy one to finish with. I think most people must have got this right. At least I would have thought most people would have got this right. The auction went 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. So no opposition bidding. We'll just bid 4 hearts as West. And the lead is the Queen of Spades. One thing I learned throughout the years and years and years of teaching people how to play bridge, I don't teach them bidding so much because I'm not qualified to teach 2/1 or SAYC. I don't know enough about it. I would teach people the basic things, and I would teach them conventions, check back, for example, and Leventhal, which are universal to all languages. But one of the things that I noticed, and one of the things I often commented on, more mistakes are made at trick 1 than anywhere else. And this is a classic example of what can go wrong at trick 1. So declare on South shows an even number. That's in methods. Now let's see what happens first if declarer takes the ace. Well, what's he going to do? Well, he's going to cross to dummy. Is he going to cross to dummy? Is he going to take the diamond finesse, or is he just going to... Well, let's say he takes the diamond finesse. Probably going to take that at some point anyway. And what does South do? South switches to a club. And we don't need to crystal ball now to work out that whether declarer finesses or not. He's lost the diamond trick. He's going to lose a club trick. He's going to lose the king of hearts, and he's going to lose a spade. Could he have seen that coming? Well, yes, he could. What he needed to do was to not allow South in to play a club until the diamonds have been established. So we're going to go back. Let's undo that not. So we're only going to lose 1 spade trick anyway, but we don't want South to get the lead with this king of spades. If we take the ace of spades and cross to the ace of diamonds and take a heart finesse, prepared to give up a diamond later. Well, let's see what happens if we do that. So let's play a diamond to the ace. Now we'll run the 9 of hearts. Notice that South has still got the king of diamonds, and back comes another spade. And back comes the club. And we've lost 2 tricks. And we're still going to lose the king of clubs, and we're still going to lose the king of diamonds. So yes, you're absolutely right, Bob. Bob's always right in commentary, have you noticed? You think you got this one right? I think you got this one right, Bob. So declarer ducks this because he doesn't want to give South an easy entry with that king of spades to switch to clubs before he's ready for him to switch to clubs. So, well, North can't do any better than play another spade. Make any difference? the south plays the king or whether the north plays the jack. But now declarer can get to hand by roughing a spade, to table rather. Now he takes the heart finesse. And what can North do now? Well, the best he can do is to switch to a diamond. Declarer can let that run. That's not a problem. Here comes the club switch that he was so careful to avoid earlier. But here's the difference. We can now draw the trumps and all the diamonds are good. Away go those losing clubs. So not too difficult, this one, as long as you concentrated on what you were trying to achieve. And what we were trying to achieve on, let's just claim our 10 tricks. What we were trying to achieve here is to set up these diamonds before South had a chance to play the club through. We had to be ready for him playing a club so that we could win and we wouldn't lose a club in addition to the other 3 tricks that we were losing. Okay, this is tomorrow evening, and Alan will be on round about 8:45. I'm usually going to dance lessons on a Tuesday, but not this Tuesday, so I'll probably be there quite early as well. So that will go on till Alan will look after that up to about 9 o'clock, and I will take over between 9 and 10, 10:15, something like that. People come along, they play the hands, they're just random hands. We don't set them, we don't do anything to them. Then we will discuss both the bidding and the play if we think there are points of interest. And we're still waiting for a video on our dance. Well, I've got one dance on a phone. I'll try and send it to you, Sonia. It's only a short clip. Yeah, I'm getting there slowly. I've got 2 left feet. Don't worry. Okay. Oh yeah. And Thursday night, Alan will be doing, I'm not sure what the subject is this week, but Alan will be on after his tournament. That's around about 9:45, I think, on Thursday night, when he will be bidding big hands, I think it was last time. He may be doing the same again. I'm not sure. I don't know what the subject is. I may be there for that, I may be not. But you're very welcome to join. That will also be in the lesson room on the IAC site. So anyone, do come and join us. Bring your favourite partner. You can play with your partner. You can play whatever system you like when you join the play and discuss sessions, and we'll do our best.